How many of us have been in different spiritual systems? And how many have there been? I'm saying this because I had a nice conversation with my friend yesterday and we were talking about this. And this is just my experience of what I'm going to relay here about the spiritual, I don't know what the word is, because it's very personal, isn't it? The spiritual thing is very personal. A spiritual movement always has a compliance to it. And when we were having this conversation, we were talking about the freedom movement, which has developed over the last 2 years. Some might be aware of that, some might not be. And in that, there has also been entangled a spiritual movement. The thing with the spiritual movement is that everybody has an opinion about what that means. To me, in my experience, my spiritual life, or whatever you want to call it, is very personal, because that deepest, most inexplicable and ineffable space or isness this is what happens when you try to explain this, you can't, is only for me, is only here. It cannot be shared with anybody. And this is the problem with all these awakening stories. People hang on to these awakening stories like they have some relevance to them, but they don't, because I will never have that person's so-called awakening story. They're just experiences that come and go. They're not a permanent state. There is no permanent state. There's just what is all the time. But there is that inexplicable sense, or I'm not even going to go there. But you know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. They know it themselves because they are it. And they try to define it in some way and can't, because it's just totally yours. It's completely yours. It can't be shared with anybody. We can try, but there's always some sort of differences or differences of opinion. So going back to the freedom movement is about human liberty. And in a way, I am part of that movement. In a way, I don't abide by the rules because I don't enjoy the rules. That's the reason I don't abide by them. Not because they're rules, it's because I don't feel like they apply to me. And what my friend was saying is that when there was the freedom movement, you know, when there's the big wave of people joining together, that's a completely different thing. And it feels really good and fresh. But with a spiritual movement, there is no wave of fresh. In fact, I find it the opposite. I find it stagnant and opinionated and a bit of a pyramid system. Those who have it, those who nearly have it, those who don't have it. And then there's just the plebs at the bottom. That's the pyramid system of the spiritual movement, whatever movement it is. And there are many movements. And the problem with the movement is that you have to comply to the language, the way you live your life, even down to the clothes you wear. I mean, it's absurd. Because the beingness of being alive, of being, of is, of this, is totally personal. It's only there. It's only here. And never the twain will meet. You know, someone can talk to me all they want about their spiritual experience, but it will never really be translated. There'll only be the carrot on the stick for those who feel less than another. I want that. I want that golden carrot on a stick, which I will never have, because it will never be mine anyway. The only thing I have is this life, this here, being, glorious as it is, and inexplicable and unattainable, because you can't attain what you are. You already are it. And that's the conundrum with the mind. It tries to attain what it already is, and it runs around in the circles, chasing its own tail and getting absolutely nowhere. Because I am already it. I cannot add to it. I cannot take away from it. So that's the difference. The two, the spiritual movement and the freedom movement have got completely mixed up. And there's all this sort of 5D and sixth dimension and all these things that have been mashed up into the mix. Freedom, human liberty, freedom from oppression is a physical thing. And mental as well, because freedom to be able to think what you want. But you're free to do that anyway. No one can stop you. No one can stop you from thinking what you want, because nobody will know. Nobody will ever know what the hell you think. So it's really just the physical freedom. And as many of us are aware, some of that got taken away in the last 2 years. And, well, there we go. It's been a bit of a mess, isn't it? Taking away people's liberties, freedom. Here in Spain, there was even taken away the liberty to go out of your house. Yeah. And did I comply? Hell no. Because that's got nothing to do with me. I'll do what I want. I don't hurt anybody, I don't harm anybody, so I do what I want. But that's different from the spiritual movement. I think spiritual movements are often harmful. They can help people, for sure. I'm not denying that they can help people. You know, when people need something, they need a group around them to get over something, to recover, or to feel loved and connected and part of a group. That's fine. But those who want to be free, really free, spiritually free, free of any kind of inhibition or belief, oppression inside, spiritual movements are not the way, because you'll always have to comply. Where are we at? 8 minutes. And you don't need to comply. You know, this is a short life. And live it as best you can. Live it freely. Let's go this way. Live it beautifully, as best you can. I know this place can be tricky. Of course it's tricky. It's part of the game, right? Level up. Some people think they've got to the maximum level, but I don't think that actually happens. I think it's always just a dance, you know, a glorious dance in this realm, this realm that we call life, the earth. Anyway, have a lovely day. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe. Oh my god, I never say that. Like, subscribe, and maybe even buy me a coffee. Lots of love. Bye.